Eddie Pepperell has just had his best ever season on the European Tour, and we met up with the Englishman at his home club, Frilford Heath in Oxfordshire, to get a few tips which should help you improve your game.
Okay, so we're now in the bunker, and I'm just going to go through a little process that I would use when I'm practicing to help me make sure, again, a bit like earlier, that all my basics and my setup are correct to help me hit a better bunker shot. So you'll see here, the target's there. First thing what I do is I draw a line directly behind the ball, just like that. And then I'm going to set up with my feet slightly open to the target. So I'll draw a line just like that so that I've got my little cross, my reference. And you'll see in my heel, my left foot slightly open, my heel's on this line, my toes slightly out. I'm then going to set the club behind. I'm going to put some weight into my left side. And when I look down, I can now see that this shaft is not in front of the line. It's in fact behind the line, okay? So I've got my weight forward and left, down and left. I've got the shaft actually behind my hands. And I'm going to try and strike the ball somewhere about an inch behind the ball in this case. So that's a basic drill I go to in terms of setup when I'm struggling out of bunkers, because I find that if one of those things gets off, then you can really lose the strike. And the one thing you don't want to lose in the bunker is the strike. So you can see I've actually delivered that really nicely, about an inch behind the ball. If you think the ball was there, you can see I've just begun to hit the sand there. Okay, so I've hit the first shot, which has gone probably 12 to 15 yards on a nice strike, which is perfect. Now I'm going to try and hit a longer bunker shot though, using the same club, which in this case is a lob wedge. So setup remains the same. You can see my left foot is still in this position, except this time, as opposed to striking it there, I'm going to try and strike it a little bit further behind the ball. And the reason is to help the ball have less spin on it, so it releases when it's on the ground, okay? And other than that, not a lot changes. The hand's still behind the ball, it's not in front of it, it's still behind. Except this time I might square the club face up a little bit, so it's less open, it's more square. But other than that, it's the same sort of movement. It's a flatter flight, and it's gone 25 to 30 yards. So to finalise, you've got the ball there, you've got the line here, you've got your foot line. You make sure that your heel is on this line, toe out, weight is forward and left, and the shaft angle has to be behind the ball, not in front of it. It's so important, behind the ball. That enables you to use the bounce of the club, which is the most important part of a lob wedge or a sand wedge when you're in the bunker.